Anemia of chronic disease is the most common, really, type of non-regenerative anemia, and most likely one of the most common types of anemia that you'll see in sick patients. And it can contribute to other types of anemia potentially. The specific type of anemia of chronic disease is due to inflammation. And I think this one's the most easy, or the easiest to understand. So anemia of inflammatory disease is a type of anemia of a chronic disease. And the thought is that since little microbes, here's a microbe, need iron for various processes within them, the body actually sequesters iron. And it doesn't cause iron deficiency, it just causes sort of an iron hoarding in the body so that bacteria can't actually get to iron, and this is one of the mechanisms. Other mechanisms occur to or are related to erythropoietin production and response in the marrow and decreased red cell survival, and all of those contribute to anemia of chronic disease. But this is not iron deficiency by any means, and it's not related to renal failure. And so when we see anemia of chronic disease, we're going to suspect it because it's non-regenerative, it's normocytic, and it's normochromic, and it has a very specific severity, meaning it's not very severe. And if you go back to why, right, so if you're at risk for some sort of infection and your body's trying to sequester iron to fight the infection, it's not going to then make you so anemic that you could die from the anemia. So the anemia tends to be, I would say, mild to moderate. And I give you cutoffs for this. And in the dog, we're going to expect it's going to be greater than or equal to 24% for your PCV. And in the cat, it's going to be greater than or equal to 23%. Meaning if it's less than this, we don't suspect anemia of inflammatory disease or anemia of chronic disease. So how else do you diagnose this? Well, you look for inflammation on your CBC, which we haven't talked about yet, and this is the specific type of anemia of chronic disease. So you can have anemia of chronic disease in the absence of inflammation. You might look for stress on your CBC, which we haven't talked about this that much yet, and that would of course support that there's some sort of underlying disease. And then you're going to look for other systemic illnesses, which we haven't gone through really any of these yet. So systemic illnesses could be things like liver failure, it could be underlying neoplasia, it could be something else going on in the animal to actually cause this chronic disease and then anemia.